Hi, this is Marlon from marlonmcpherson.com, and inside this video, I'll be showcasing to you a brilliant piece of design software that I've come across recently. I've actually gone ahead and purchased it a couple of days ago, and I'm going to go ahead and share this with you so you can decide whether or not this is the right tool for you. If you're someone that does online marketing, maybe you have a web store that you sell products and services, or you do social media where you want to be able to post your images with graphics over it and things of that nature, maybe this is the tool that's going to help you do this. Maybe you don't want to mess with professional design software, for example, Photoshop, Affinity Designer. Those two pieces of those two tools I've actually got and I do use them. However, they can be an overkill and they can be quite complicated for somebody, especially if you're just starting out with design and you don't want to get your head around all the options and the learning curve of Photoshop, etc. This may be a way for you to get the job done quite easily and to simplify the process so you don't have to spend a bunch of time trying to learn how to use these other more complex professional software. This software that I'm talking about is called Glorify. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to find out more information about it, but I'm going to run through some of the things that I've discovered over the last couple of days that I've been trying this out. I'm still trying to figure out everything inside of it, but the things that I need it for, and I'll primarily be using it for these things actually, is to do my YouTube thumbnails as well as to do some of my potentially some social media graphics as well. Say, for example, my Facebook banner. I have a Facebook page that needs a banner right now, so this is something that's on my to-do list and I'm going to get to that. So this is designed to simplify the process of putting together these pieces of graphics because they have a multitude of templates that are beautifully designed and they're easily customizable. Everything from colors to swapping out images to overlaying your text. They have all the fonts and that kind of thing that you can change and customize a design to suit your needs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run through some of the key selling points, the key benefits that it has as far as what stands out to me and what I think is important. I'm not going to go through every single thing about it. And then I'm going to also show you inside my account how things are laid out and just walk you through the interface and show you a design that I've done for a YouTube thumbnail recently. And I'll just break that down and show you how that was accomplished. So the first thing that I want to mention here, I've got some notes written down. You've got lots of product image templates for Amazon sellers and for e-commerce stores. They've actually, they're focused more on online store sellers or e-stores. Because a lot of the templates that I have are geared towards that at the moment. But that being said, you can still utilize this for any other sort of design. And I will show you what I mean when I get inside the software. As I've mentioned, they also allow you to do social media graphics. So for example, I'll be using this for my YouTube thumbnails as well as for Facebook banners and things of that nature. And I think they have Instagram related graphics coming soon as well. They've got things in the pipeline that they're going to be releasing out. Another thing they do is they give you access to free stock photos right there in the interface. So you don't have to go out looking for stock images. You also have the option of the paid or premium versions of stock photos as well, which it depends on the plan that you get for this particular app. And that will allow you to basically get your designs going quickly all in one place. Okay, so here I am inside the dashboard area of the software. Over on the left hand side here, you have the menu. So you can have the dashboard, which is where you would start from. You've got your files area. Inside here is any files you upload or any designs you've created would be in here. This is all stored for you on the cloud, so you don't have to worry about necessarily saving them elsewhere, but I would still recommend that you download any designs that you'd like to keep and make sure you have them stored offline as well. This is where you'd create your designs. And you have a few different options here at the moment, 3. So they have the e-commerce images, social media and marketing, and then they have an ebook creator. They also have a logo creator here, but this is not something that I think is going to necessarily be useful as a professional for professional use. It's okay to just quickly mock something up. They're basically using some pre-made shapes and so on, and you just use typography to create a logo. You could potentially do something decent with it, but I would work with a logo designer directly if I need anything properly done for the long term. So I'm not going to go ahead and create a logo. So let me just hop back to the dashboard there. And I will go ahead and show you quickly some of the templates. If I click on e-commerce here, for example, you have a bunch of templates within here. So you can click on one of them and it takes you into an area that shows you a lot more of those templates that fits the dimensions of the previous screen. So whatever you clicked on coming through, it shows you just those categories. So if you click on categories as well, you have it by niche. You can pick a theme depending on what look and feel you're going for. So there's a ton of stuff in here that you can go through, and you could use these for inspiration and just swap out the images. Here we have a simple template here, and it breaks down into a simple image with the background removed. You can click on drag and just move things around, and you can edit how things look from over the left hand side here. You've got the pane to adjust brightness, contrast, transparency, and so on. You have all these elements here as well, which are editable. So that's a text element. So you can change your fonts up here. They have a long list of, they have some really good fonts loaded in here already. I believe they're pulling from Google Fonts. I'm not sure if you're able to add in additional fonts, but this is something, if it's Google Fonts, then most likely you're able to get any Google font loaded in here as well. So you can go ahead and change things like the colors. Let me actually go back here because it was coming out. So for example, if you click on an element, you can come in and change the color. So let's change that to a blue, for example, and you can see how just swapping around the colors are quite easy, and you can select predetermined shades of the color here as well as you can select a preset color if you don't want to drag around on this color wheel to select what you want. Obviously, you got to be careful that you choose something that is contrasty to the text, or you have to change the color of the text. So for example, that lighter color that I selected, that yellow, is so bright, and the white is bright as well for the text, so you won't be able to see that. I can simply come in here and change it to black, for example, and now it stands out a bit more. So it's really simple to edit what you've got in here. I'm going to jump out of this here, just come out of it real quick and go back to my dashboard. It's asking, do I want to leave that because I haven't saved the design. Up here you can say save, so I'm not going to save that. Instead, what I'm going to do is just show you my thumbnail here that I did the other day. This is for a video that I have on my YouTube channel, and as you can see on the left hand here, you've got loads and loads of inspirational templates for video type 16:9 type thumbnails. And this one here was done. I was trying to see if I could find the template that I used for this as a starting point. Yeah, that's the template there. If you can see where my mouse is hovering, that I used for the starting point. And I've basically changed things up and rearranged it totally. So I first of all had to remove the background from my photo. And this is something that is really easy to do in here. What I'm going to do is I'll just highlight my photo here. The background has already been removed, but say it wasn't and you've uploaded this image, you can just click the background remover tool up the top here, and it loads up this window where you can actually utilize this plus and minus button to do the background removal. So essentially, if you want to remove something, you'd paint over it, and whatever you want to keep, you click the plus arrow, or the plus icon with the green shade, and you can select to keep that. So for example, I've selected to delete my jacket or my clothes down here, but I wanted to keep my face, and you can see it's actually cut it out over on this side. Obviously that's not what I want, so I'm going to just say exit without saving anything there, but it makes it really easy for you to remove backgrounds and adjust your image. So all I've done here is I've changed some colors from the template. So this, if I can select this dark area here, which is a shape, I basically went in and changed the color. You can change the actual, the full shape color here. So let's say I change it to a blue or a green, or whatever color you want to change it to. You can keep it as that, or you can move the location. You can expand it out some more, move it around. So things are kind of stacked on top of each other. So you have to sometimes move things out of the way in order to get to the things behind it, which can be a bit tricky sometimes. But it's really easy to sort of know intuitively that you just need to click on an item, and you can always move things back into place once you've moved it to the side. Currently, I would say that if you are going to move stuff out of the way, just make sure that some part of it is still left on the screen so you can grab it easily, because I cannot see where you can edit outside of the canvas at the moment. I'm not sure if this is something that I'm missing or if it's just not possible right now, because if I click here, I cannot select. I know the image is moved over here, but I cannot select outside of this visible area. But it's still really easy to get the photo, because you can see the shape around it is quite big. The background is removed, but you can see everything is still giving you that outline. So I can literally move this to anywhere that I want it. I can click into the text, I can change the fonts, I can change anything about it that I want to change. And once you're done, all you need to do is click save to save it. And then if you wanted to download it, you just click here where it says download, and you essentially are able to select one of these options, including a web optimized JPEG, which is recommended for uploading to your website or to any sort of like web page that is going to rely on having good optimized image for load speeds. This is important. They have even a PDF option here. There might be different use cases that you might want different types of files downloaded for. But for me, it's just mainly going to be a JPEG or possibly a PNG with transparency, because if say I just wanted the background image here to be exported, then that's what I would do. I'm not going to go ahead and save this. So I'll just again click to go to my dashboard here, and I'll say leave, and it will automatically revert to how I've had it. So if I wanted to see my uploads, I can just literally click on the uploads here, and you can go ahead now and upload an image from your computer. I won't be doing that now, but you can see this image wasn't cut out by it, but this is the original image I had uploaded before I cut the background out. So I cannot seem to load it up separately at the moment. So I believe I have to start, I have to load it into a file before I can then get access to edit it. So it's a shame I can't exactly just do some editing directly from here. However, that's still not a big deal. And if you've saved any designs, again, it's in the saved area. Okay, my edited photos are in here. If you want to save a color palette, you can create a color palette. I haven't done that yet, but you can put the hex codes for your brand colors in here so you can keep them consistent. And yes, here you can upload some fonts. I thought you could. So yeah, this section here, I guess if you use the TTF version of the font, because it mentions it there, it has to be that format, you can load them in here. So you can literally use any font if that's the case inside this app. So great. I'm going to touch on some downsides before I wrap this video up. I think I've already mentioned some of them. So if you're a professional designer, if you're used to using professional tools like Photoshop, Affinity Photos, Affinity Designer, CorelDRAW, any of those professional softwares, you're going to miss certain features, certain advanced features if you decide to totally use this as your professional tool for your clients or for your own work. you're going to miss certain features, like, for example, masks, clipping masks. They don't have that in here, even though there's a way to put a photo inside a shape. It's not necessarily the same as doing a clipping mask where you have additional options, as well as you don't have traditional layers. You can see from viewing the template or the thumbnail that I had designed, you have to literally click to get to the items and move things out of the way to get to them. Whereas in a proper layer system, you're able to select directly a layer in a menu or a toolbar somewhere there, and it makes it a lot more easier for selection. So the next thing is, this is a web-only app at the moment, so you can use it only inside your browser. And on top of that, you do need to have an internet connection, otherwise it won't work. So that's another downside. But on the other hand, it is a cloud-based app that gives you storage. It allows you to store your files. It doesn't really say how much limits you've got on there, if you've got any limit or what, but you can access your files from anywhere without having to worry about taking files around on a drive or just on your computer. Or if you don't have your computer, you could easily jump onto somebody else's computer, log into the site and start using the app, and you still have access to all your assets. So that's one upside of it being I guess one upside being a cloud-based web-only thing. I'm hoping they turn this into an app though, so you can have an offline mode, and hopefully then that allows you to still use it without having an internet connection, which is, I think, crucial for a lot of people. But this is not my only app, so this is really for the quick templates. Even if it's just for the templates, you saw how those templates were. It's great for inspiration, and it's great for you to just get something mocked up really quickly. And the final downside or con, I would say, it's not really optimized for mobiles. You can utilize it theoretically on a mobile phone or on a tablet. I did try to use it on my iPad to do that very same banner. I think I did that same thumbnail on my iPad Pro. One of the things I couldn't do, however, was to click to change the colors. I could not actually get in to change the color. When I clicked on the section for the color, it just didn't respond. It didn't do anything. But everything else seemed to work. It is mobile responsive, the actual screen itself. But let's say I wanted to change the color. Let's try and do it here. Normally, if say that blue bar, which I've highlighted, I want to change the color. All I've got to do is click and bring up this dialog box here that shows me the color wheel, and it shows me all the preset colors, etc. Or I can type in the hex code. This box didn't load up when I tried to do it. It could be just a bug. I will be alerting the developers of this issue. They do have a brilliant Facebook group that you can go in and just ask questions or make suggestions, and the owner is in there, and actually the founder of this app is active in there. So it's a great little startup company. They've been around apparently about 2 years now, but I've just learned of them and I've gone ahead and purchased. Now they have a lifetime option now as a promotion. They have a lifetime pricing system. So if you're looking to get this or just to learn more about it, I would recommend that you just jump across, click the link in the description of the video, so you can then get taken across to their packages. And they do have a couple of different packages right now. So if I just click on get started here, you can see they have package 1, which is the one that I've purchased, but I will be hopefully going up to the full package because I see that there's so much value to be had. So I'm hopefully going to change over to that. So the first package is $97 US, and it's normally going to be a yearly fee or a monthly fee, which is proposed to be $445. And you get all the templates, access to all that, the background remover you get, and you get, you only get 100 credits per limit. A credit is 1 background removal, but that's plenty if you're using this not very often. I certainly wouldn't use 100 at this point in time anyway. But if you're more a professional designer, or if you're doing this for clients, you might want to get the full package because you get unlimited background removals in that. You have an annotation tool, and all the other options that I've mentioned here. You can see the list there in front of you. And as an early adopter, you get some bonuses as well. You're getting lifetime access, which is the key thing for me. And you get access to a professional private pro group, which is their support group. There's a public group and then there's a private group. So you get access to the private one. They want people on board right now to be able to help them with feedback and giving them additional features, or talking about additional features, and just being able to help them make the software better. And it is great at the moment, don't get me wrong, but they have a roadmap that they're talking about doing so many more things. And if you are a lifetime member, you'll get all of that for one price. So grab it whilst the offer lasts. If you are watching this around, what's today? I'm filming this on the 19th of September. Hopefully I'll release it today as well. So if you want to grab this, you need to grab it now, because in the next few weeks, I believe either by mid next month or the end of next month, or even before that, I'm not sure 100%, they are going to lock this off and you'll be on either a yearly or a monthly subscription. With the full package, you get some additional stuff. So you get access to Icons 8, which is basically a premium stock site where you get photos and icons. So if you want to check Icon 8 out, you can just search them, Google them. Their packages are, if you look at the pricing, it's well worth just getting this one-time offer here, and you get access to all of Icon 8's, well, the things they've mentioned that they do from Icon 8 here anyway. So I'd recommend just going ahead and grabbing that if that's something you find useful. So what you get from the Icon 8 package is some niche product stock imagery. So you might have some models and so on, if that's something that you need for your product presentations, or just to have someone inside the design of your products for the packaging, or for the web banners and things like that you use to promote your products. Then it's always great to have a human element. It creates more of a humanly connection if you have if you have a model, a person physically, a person inside the imagery. Depending on the context, of course, it can help with drawing people in. So you have the models there, and then you have the icons bundle that you can utilize as well. So this is what they're offering as part of that. And on top of that, you get the unlimited magic background removal, which is the tool that I briefly showed you. It's pretty simple, as long as your image is contrasty enough so the background is quite different and it's not busy. Then you can easily use this tool to remove backgrounds in a jiffy, and it makes it easy for you to do, just correct things that it doesn't do on its own anyway. I'll do separate tutorials on background removal and maybe doing some design related tutorials in here as well. So then you can get started and get your head around what's going on. So that's the plan for this. So go ahead and click the link in the description and find out more about this, and go ahead and purchase if you'd like to grab it. And I recommend doing so whilst you can for the lifetime offer that they have right now. Leave me any questions you got in the comments area, and I will try to answer them, or I will try and test out whatever it is. If you want me to check something, I'll go ahead and do that. So then you can feel more confident about whether or not this is for you. Thank you for watching. Take care until next time.